amerikat is running a pterapod, a TE pterapod with Howisters. Well, yeah, tetrapod, you know, anything. Yeah, tetrapod. With Howisters and let me actually change the camera.
Restarted, so we've got the Howie barrage. So in this matchup, essentially what we have here is we have a TE quad with Howies and VTFs, with a laser rifle and shield, and then we have Val's kickbot with Howies and VTFs. So essentially, this is not a great matchup if you are the kicker here, because the quad is always
I don't know why he went
height.
Yeah, I don't know why he went with the kicker anyway. Kind
he
of
said
a
it was
build thingy.
For fun, so.
For fun.
Now.
Also, Cheng, can you give me a tip? How do I actually zoom in on the camera?
Zoom in on the camera. Oh,
I'm
right click.
I'm on
the right click on the right stick, and then hit down on the D-pad.
Down on the okay, thank you.
Yes.
I don't act as an operator all that
You're
often,
good.
so I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those things where people can forget. But it's now surprisingly even now.
Which is surprising. I wish.
Yeah.
I assume, you know, Val's aim is a bit better, or maybe amerikat's movement isn't that good.
It's
with the tetrapod.
That might be. Oh, kick, almost.
Oh.
But the other thing too is that the quad is like just a really big slow target, so it's a little bit easier to hit in comparison.
True.
One thing you have to be careful of as a quad is, as I mentioned before, it's a bit on the slow side. Is that I believe he's using Tokonatsu, so that means that kickbot can cover quite a bit of distance.
Ooh, that was actually a nice kick attempt for amerikat.
Oh, there's another kick attempt there. Almost hit. But like...
Any build can be a kicker if they tried hard enough.
Oh yeah, but like the Tokonatsu can cover a surprising distance, so it's easy where you miss-space it and then take the hit because of it. So that's why you have to be careful. And then the quad being kind of as slow as it is, it won't necessarily have the ability to dodge it. So you can see here he's circling around the side. Ooh, nice hit. Ooh, but he got hit by that VTFs. Oh. Yeah.
Kind of just getting chipped off by the VTFs and the Howisters.
Yeah.
It was surprised me at the beginning of the match. It was kind of even. Like,
it was.
I think
Val. There's just there was a few missteps at the start by Val, but he sort of made it up because Cat then made a few missteps as well, and it sort of evened out there. At the very end, though, I was sort of expecting that Val was going for a kick because you can see he was circling around the side, but he didn't. Honestly, I think he should have there because I think that would have. Okay, Val is gone.
Wait, what? Val? Val, I'm going to ban you from tournaments, okay? If you keep doing this shit.
Is he gone, or is he coming back? Realize it's a best of 3, right?
Best Val, he does it for fun, guys.
Fun, quote.
My predictions came true. What predictions? Val, what are you talking about?
Oh, I know what he's talking about. So he was in the room when I was helping state practice a bit, talking about the build that he was going to bring. And he talked about bringing the kicker basically about, you know, being a fun build. And one thing, the thing that he's mentioning in the Discord, half the tournament will be TE quads and howitzer HCs. And we're sort of talking about, you know, most people
Val, you're running a house or AC, dude.
Yeah, which is, you know, odd calling the kettle black, sort of here. We are already 2 howitzers out of 8. That's hilarious.
Val will be like, yeah, dude, so many people are using howitzer ACs, runs a howitzer AC with VTFs.
Okay, so now we need confirmation whether he's going to come back or not. Okay, he's back.
So, um, oh, God.
Going really up. Paula, you got that image about the AC players can't read?
Wait, wasn't it in the? That wasn't it pinned?
Is it pinned?
I think I saved it, but like it's like on my phone.
Okay.
Saved like a shit ton of images. AC players. Oh shit! I should have switched teams, but that's fine.
Uh, I'll be putting up the recording afterward.
Nice, thank you.
Yep. So let's talk real quick about the game plans. So essentially, Val either wants to get the kick in or chip away with the VTFs and the howitzers combined. And basically, Cat needs to not get chipped right now because he has the AP advantage, but he's slow enough where a lot of those hits can add up. So he's just got to play it real careful. And he also has a KE shield. So if Val doesn't break that, he could potentially wall out almost all of that damage.
You know, walling out that VTFs basically.
Yep. Because that's going to be the real moneymaker here. Because with the TE quad, it's got high enough CE where it's going to take... almost out of bounds. It can take quite a bit of hits before it starts adding up and is dangerous to him. Okay, that was one hit on the shield. More VTF volleys. Deflected by the
Close
shield.
to breaking, nice.
And you can sort of see here, that quad's really
He
slow.
almost got behind him.
Yes. But you can sort of see there, right? Val doesn't really have an issue getting in. He just has to not take a lot of damage.
Val's already dead.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage. So he's got, like, the chance to do one kick. That's it.
I don't think he's going to do the kick. Yeah, that was
yeah. Rip.
I think the real problem is that Val can't, with his like generator and his boosters and all that, he can't actually kind of stay consistent in his approach.
Yeah.
Against like an ape.
Just a quick heads up. The chat's saying that my audio is echoing on your side.
Your audio. Oh, okay, give me a second.
That might have me doubled up somewhere.
Yeah, I doubled up everyone.
Oh, okay. You're good. Okay. Is the stream watchable now?
All right, I think I changed it. Is it good now?
I said open up the stream again and it's still very broken.
Okay, I just changed it just like a second ago.
Okay.
I hope it works fine.
Perfect. Let's see what
Okay, now I can barely hear you. Give me a second.
Okay, you're good.
All right, this should be perfect, actually.
Okay, testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing.
Cheng is super quiet.
You may need to up me within the Discord.
Yeah, no, it's now 70%. It's now 70.
Just go 100 to see how it goes.
Just can you guys hear him
testing,
now?
Testing, 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 testing.
It should be perfect now by now.
Testing, testing, testing. Your mom?
Okay.
Is he
getting quieter? Okay, fine. Huh. Now it's 80.
Okay, now at 80%. Testing, 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 testing.
Fuck, we should have like tested this before the stream starts.
Yeah. Always a hit and miss with this stuff. Okay, so who do we have enough
Val,
in the bracket?
you motherfucker. Now you typed his volume was perfect before you changed anything. Val, you're banned. Yeah, he's echoing because of my microphone. Just give me a second.
Okay, while we're doing that, let's go and get the next two participants in here.
Yeah.
So we'll have
Now
Lady
it's
Zero and Cinnamonlyn.
and yeah. I so it's 2 to amerikat and 0 to Val.
Yep.
Also, just to bring up something, Lady Zero's profile picture on that website is like 99% chance, 1% no, 99% faith, 1% chance.
Nice.
I think it's quite appropriate. Phantasmar, what was the mass blade for? It's for the kick damage, Phantasmar. Hopes and prayers. Yep. All right, is my microphone now good? I just
Testing.
changed it a bit.
AliExpress rep kickbot.
The last minute swap. Oh, God, Val with his excuses, man.
Yep.
The last minute swap, the last minute fucking join in.
Because I
Because I
expected the
expected.
tournament to be howitzers, I dropped the Shinatsu. Actually, hold on. What generator did he use? Okay,
Wait,
that's why.
I
So he used G23, and he probably should have used the balance generator. Honestly,
why G23 on Toku
I don't
on
know.
a heavy?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, isn't he like a kickbot? Doesn't he want the extra weight?
Yes, yes, but there's a kind of a catch. So, but honestly, what he should have done. So it depends on what you focus on, right? So if you focus on the kicking portion, you probably want to do either the balance generator, high capacity, just so you have long GBs. Um, but if you're focusing more on the weapons, so in this case the VTFs and the howitzers, I guess it makes a little bit more sense to go with the high output. But it comes at a cost, so trying to do too many things.
Give me a second, Cheng.
You're good.
Yeah. All right, I think it's good now. Hopefully.
Say something.
Yeah.
You sound pretty.
I think the problem of echoing should be gone by
You
now.
sound pretty quiet. I can still hear you though. Let me hold on. Hold on. Let me increase you on my side. That should be good. Okay. Whenever you're ready, we have both participants in the room.
All right, let's go. No time to waste.
Here we go.
Not all. Let's go. Taking awfully long to start. It should start by now.
You know what? I think I know.
What?
Lady Zero has been having some notice this and trying to help them test. So Gonna bottom out.
Wait, where is she, like, region-wise?
Europe.
EU? Ah, yeah.
Well, it's just we're not sure what it is specifically, but um, there's just been quite a few times where they've had trouble getting into a room.
Europeans. I think it's due to, like, the fucking, wait,
Cancel.
she left, right? Okay.
Yes, they're gonna try to reboot. It's very selective though. Like for example, they have no problem being able to join my room. Depending on the other player, won't let them. I'm surprised they were even able to get in the room. Period.
That is interesting. If they could get in the room, it should work, you know?
Yeah, that's one of
It's
those
kinda,
things. Connections and ISPs can be very fast.
didn't it, like, happen in AC4? Like, there's, like, problems with the game itself, not the servers?
Very well might.
Like, if I remember correctly, AC4 had an issue with, like, one person left or one person joined, an extra person, like, during the games. It would, like, brick the entire room.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, Armored Core
Mm.
netcode and FromSoft always why their online portion be hit or miss, literally.
You know what? I don't think you keep up with, like, FGC stuff, but the rollback netcode now works on, like, PSP fighting games, like, Tekken 5, the PSP version. So I'm thinking, like, shouldn't it be able to work? Shouldn't there be, like, rollback netcode for the, Silent Line portable?
Well, and one
Would
thing
that
you
be
want to
possible?
keep in mind too, there's a few factors that play into that, and Lady Zero's joined is one.
Yeah.
Um, the old From software was not amazing when it came to that particular. Yeah, they've had it implemented in quite a few games, I think, since Another Age, right? But it's not necessarily up to the standards of the rest of the industry. And they also have sometimes very weird opinion on how that stuff should work. So it's one of those things where would it benefit if we had something like that? Absolutely. Is that something they would necessarily implement? That's a whole different story there. Have you played Elden Ring?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also PvP'd in that game.
Yeah, and I mean like the issues that you see when it comes to, lag latency, all that stuff. I'm assuming it's still very similar to from like the earlier Dark Souls game, right?
It was much worse, actually.
Okay. Well,
If I remember correctly, you know,
yeah.
uh, if you've played the original Dark Souls versus the remastered version of Dark Souls 1, you can actually see that they improved the net code.
Mhm.
It was made by a different company. It was
Yeah.
like the remaster was made by different people.
But you can sort of see
The
there it's like, the issues are still there and they haven't necessarily been resolved. So,
Mhm.
it's one of those things where until From Software treats it like a priority, we're just going to still see these issues come up.
Yeah, it's also not just like a FromSoft thing, but I don't want to make it sound racist, but like Japanese developers have this, weird idea that the online aspect of their game is like only enjoyed by like Japanese people, in a sense that they only care about like netcode if it's like in the same country. Like if two Japanese people play against
and
each other in the same country, it's fine.
and that's sort of what I mentioned about not being up to
That
standard with like the rest of sort of the industry, right? It's like,
that's kind of what happened to
yeah.
Tekken.
Yeah, it's like, okay, that's cool when, your netcode works on a country that's very small geographically and they're all sort of the same area. But once you have to ping someone that's, in North America or let's say somewhere in Africa or Europe, that becomes a lot more difficult because you're traveling over a longer distance. There's more that could potentially happen there.
Yeah, they don't even like take in consideration of that.
Yeah.
If you ever seen like, yeah, the director of Tekken tweets about like rollback in netcode, he has like a very he has like a very arrogant way of seeing netcode. Like he doesn't give a shit. He like sees rollback as something like, secondary.
And this may be just something that needs to change across, Japanese game and how they view that. But who knows? Okay. So it looks like Lady Zero's still having trouble. Do you want to try creating the room one more time?
It's we're kind of running late. It's like 10 minutes
Okay.
since we got into a game.
Yeah. So I guess
One
all it
last
was.
time.
Yeah. Okay.
One last time. Yeah, sure. I mean, if you don't want to waste time, it's fine. You can like watch the stream if you want to. If it's all up
Yeah.
to you if you want to continue or not, Lady D. So if you want to try again, we can try again. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. So just
Okay.
to clarify, do you want us? Do you want to try one more time, or um, just want to say we're good? Okay, they're rebooting.
Okay.
We're gonna try it one more time.
Do we? Okay. You know what? We're gonna reboot the room again. No, don't
Okay.
reboot the game, but we're
Yeah.
gonna join the room again. Okay.
Right.
I'm
Right.
gonna create it again. Yeah.
Uh, heads up. That one's you have it 8 people. I'll have it without.
Oh yeah. Oops.
Yeah.
All right. Room up.
Joined.
All right. I'm gonna go send you the builds.
Okay. We'll just review those while. Oh, they've joined back up. Okay. Best.
Let's go. Hopefully it works. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna work.
The
Let's not jinx it.
very interesting.
I mean, one of them is like a very generic. I mean, actually, not generic. I guess it's like an extra DPS, like more DPS version of the mid-strict.
Yep.
I mean, it's interesting. It can work, but like fight like it's a CE heavy or
Yep.
quad, and your DPS is halved.
And just for reference for everyone, so essentially what we have here for the builds is we have we'll call it Strek mid still, but it has only one Strek. Yeah, basically Strek mid, but with one Strek, one UBR, and 2 Mahoans on the back. And then on the other
Very
side
easy
with,
to build.
yep, for Lady, we have an LRJ, and it has looks like a rifle, a battle rifle, and am I blinking? We have a moonlight, so it's a laser blade.
Yep.
Very interesting design, but
That
Lady's
shoulder unit is interesting.
Lady's a bit of a new player, so they're still in the process of developing their design philosophy.
They started like last week, so it's. I mean,
Yeah.
what do you expect? They need more time with the game to
One,
understand it, and
one of those things
yeah,
where once you build experience, you get a little bit closer to what we
yeah.
consider the normal standard. But it looks like Lady's tapping out here. I think again
Fortunate.
they've been having connection issues, which is unfortunate. But despite this, I do hope they stick around. Sounds like they're still pretty interested in the game.
Unfortunate.
Okay,
You know
so
what? I'm a bit. If someone like disconnected from a lobby, the room is gonna get cursed, right? We're better off like
yeah,
redoing it, right?
let's just rebuild.
Unfortunate. Sorry, Lady D. But hopefully, like, next time we can play more duels.
Definitely. Okay, so in that case, we're restarting the room. Cinnamonlyn is going to be advancing, and I believe the next match is mine versus Seigh.
Actually, oh yeah, she's gonna advance. Sorry.
Yep. So I am going to go ahead and hop out after I've joined the room.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, we'll get started.
So the room is open. So this next match is gonna be saying Kang. Let's pull up their builds.
Oh, I'm going to leave now then. Bye.
I okay.
All right, I'm back.
Good job.
Yes, that
That's
was.
top tier.
Oh man, they definitely did a great job of making that very hard. Because we actually did have a chance to practice a few times before the tournament. And for that practice, we were basically cycling out builds. We didn't tell each other, who was going to use what. But that was, I think, a huge improvement over when we played that in practice.
Yeah. Like you definitely, I can like see you like downloaded him after the first match.
Yeah, it's the other thing too
Yeah.
is I have to look back at the footage, but like that time when like you have a red lock and then your shot just goes like 90 degrees another direction? I basically was having that happen through some of the mats. I was like, why is this not hitting? So
Uh,
I had to sort of readapt myself. Okay, I need to spend a split second longer to lock him on, and then I have to focus more on the initial flank, staying in scan mode, so I have enough energy to hit him.
shit.
Yeah, it was
You played really well,
yeah.
especially after that first match. You locked in.
Yeah, I was like, ah, fuck, is this how it's gonna go? And then I was able to do it.
I can like when I was like watching Seigh's play, he was running the high speed booster H11.
Yeah, I
You
think.
can like definitely see him getting stuck when he's trying to do wall jumps.
Yep.
I think he's getting flustered maybe.
I think also it's just
It's,
in general when you're using that kind of build, and I told this to him during our practice, is like you have to make sure that you are on point with your spacing and your energy management. And there was just like a few situations I saw where it's like, I'm pretty sure he's out of energy here. Oh,
yeah.
don't forget to go yellow leader.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, you can definitely see when he's like kind of like hovering midair,
Yep,
not doing much. Yeah.
nothing left in the tank.
After those like after the initial match, you were able to like rush him down and stay behind his back way more
Yep,
than the first. You definitely took notice what's going on with his energy management.
yep. Okay, so what do we have for builds this time? So I know with
Yeah.
Amerikat, he's got the Devil's Quad. And then for Phantasmar,
Yeah, fantastic. You're gonna see his build.
okay,
It's a doozy. Trust me. You're gonna like it. A very like a high T lightweight build. You can say.
okay, that is interesting. So he's
It is
going
interesting.
all in on the ultralights. And oh, okay, so one thing I want to point out too, um, okay, interesting. So he's using high excel and not high power.
That's actually interesting. Every time I fight against him, he's using those
Yes,
high speed
that's
ultra lightweights.
it's sort of his specialty. So I'm curious what he's going to do here because the problem. So basically, for the two builds, we have the Devil's Quad, and then we have an ultralight. Now, the typical ultralight Fanta uses high power because it allows him to close some stupid distance against his opponents. So
Yeah, you can barely react even.
yeah. Now the problem here is that because he's going with the high excel, he's actually quite a bit slower. So
But
it's
there's more
going to be
consistency.
yeah. That's sort of the benefit, but that also means he's not going to have that ability as much as with what I say here with high power to be able to close that distance, dodge, and so on and so forth. So it's basically going to become a question of, can Cat adapt to this?
But I guess when it comes to speed and vertigo, it's more of like a relative, a relative thing.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, he's running, he's not running a high speed, but he's fighting against a quad with like
yep,
lasers and VTS and shit. So he's still relatively fast.
yes.
He can still close the
It's
distance.
it's like I think 3 or 4 speed tiers difference, so it'll be pretty noticeable. This will be if Cat can't get the kill, or if he can't like chase him down. Chase him down, not in the traditional sense. This is basically going to be a nightmares matchup because Fanta's basically gonna have his back every single time, just like this.
Yeah, he's not really turning well. He doesn't have enough energy.
Yeah,
He
and I
can't get
think
that laser shot off.
I think that leg has like one of the best wall jumps in the game. So
That quad leg or that lightweight?
no, the
leg?
lightweight.
Oh yeah. It's what was it called again? It's like like there's like 3 versions of that leg.
Yeah, I think. Hold on, let me look at the picture. He's got the lightest one, so I
Yeah.
think that has the best one.
The-
Oh,
and Ooh,
Okay, miss.
that wiggling. At least Cheng, amerikat is trying to actually like kind of go to the highest point, try to
Yeah.
you know
Well,
kite a bit, but like
he doesn't have the weapons for it though. 'Cause it's like
uh,
the VTFs have a hard time hitting lighter units.
and he's
Um,
also has the K shield, by the way.
yes, and well, I think you've noticed this so far, but Fanta has been sort of ignoring it because he's just so fast that he's able to get the cats back almost every single time.
Cat is not really like trying to like drift turn or wall jump consistently. He's
No,
kind
and,
of hovering a bit.
yeah, and that is one of the weaknesses of this particular AC. It's that it's very slow and it's very hard to move well. Because even when you say let's use wall jump, it does feel a bit sluggish, you know.
Yeah. This is what happens when you try to copy Japanese builds.
Yeah, there's is a fair bit of experience that you need to be able to use this build super well. Because there's like, it's very much a difference of playing someone that's low tier, mid tier, or high tier, and there are just levels to it.
Yeah. There's like a saying, you should play a character. This is more of a fighting game thing, but it applies to Verdict. You should play a character that fits your gloves. You should
Yep.
play a character that it imitates, deeply well.
Mm-hmm.
Can space out everything. With this type of build, you just copy like some Japanese high tier build, and it's like made by some eccentric, dude.
And it's very easy to get sort of lost in that, because
Yeah.
let me. Sure.
It gets easy to lost, yeah, like on those types of builds.
Yeah, it's like, we even have that here in our own community where it's like there's a build that if you use, we wouldn't work very well, but you know a player that can basically, push it to its limits.
Mm.
Sometimes it's just not something you can just hop on, even if you have the build. Okay, here we go. Round 2. So for this matchup here, the main adjustment that Cat's probably going to have to do is they just have to back up into the corner and just turtle.
Yeah, just go to the to the wall.
Yes.
The LOS now.
He's not doing it though.
Yeah, dude. This is what happens, man.
Sometimes you just want to stand and fight, even though it's not the best thing.
My honor, dude.
Yeah.
I genuinely think there's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
he's going back to his, like, he doesn't even give a shit about the shield, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's the benefit of being like an ultralight, is if you can use it, you can do stuff like that to your opponent. And then there's not really much they can do about it because there's such a huge speed difference.
The government doesn't want to tell you this, but you can just ignore shields and everything.
It's very hard to do. So it's why most people will just opt for braking more than anything else.
Yeah, and it's also like a network thing.
Yep.
You can like hit someone's back and it like, registers as like a shield hit.
Yep.
So it's much better for people just to play safe and just play normally.
Oh yeah. Okay, I think Fanta's just working on recovering his energy right now.
He's gotta play at like the walls, man. You gotta go play at the walls.
None of Cat's weapons are good for this against this kind of AC. So I think he's got his back. Yep, he's got him.
Cat, if only could like scream at him right now.
Yeah, I think the typical game plan here is if you have that scenario where someone is like they've got your back, is to drop down and just boost. But in this case, it's actually no, just boost, just like high boost in a direction. But in this case,
I know what you're talking about.
it actually wouldn't work here because the reverse scenario is happening. Because usually it's opponents high above you or at your same level and you drop down, but Fanta is underneath him, and Cat's on top.
I mean, if that's the case, you can try to boost kick. You can try.
He can. It's just, listen. If you can't do anything else, go for it.
He's clearly struggling. Might as well, right?
Yeah, and he's got no energy too. So
yeah, he's just kind of plinking him with shotguns.
At
this point, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
It's kind of unfortunate, really.
It is. It is.
I mean, I think the worst part, like, he might as well, America might as well try to like hit him with uncharged laser hits, right?
Yeah. I
'Cause he
mean,
doesn't. He can't.
yeah. The problem is he needed to do that like 20k AP ago, and the other issue too is if you hit them with the uncharged hit with the laser rifle, you're not guaranteed to get that stun, because that is one
Yeah.
of the weakness of the ultralights is that of the builds they're probably the easiest to stun. So
They're like the only builds that you can stun reliably in VD.
yeah,
Like the
pretty
other builds
much.
have like enough resistance to not get insta staggered by everything.
Yep.
Even like the defense lightweights don't get insta staggered.
No.
It's only like the ultra ones.
Yep. Okay, so
Unfortunately.
yeah,
Well,
Fanta takes it 2-0.
Americat did what he could do.
Yeah. And also,
GG's.
the other thing too is like it is an experience thing as well because very few
Yeah.
people pilot ultralights, and like most people you see use the one with the car door
Or
leg
like,
or the
yeah.
and that one is quite a bit slower. So okay, so I am going
Well,
to
Cheng,
go.
it's time for you to fight against
Yep,
Cinnamon.
I'm going to go green
Time for
leader,
you to,
and you're going to want to go yellow leader. Then I'm going to exit
yeah.
here.
All right.
See you in a bit.
Oh, that's
It's
actually.
like a
Hello.
quasi mirror. It's just the
Hi.
other player has really good defensive options. Hello, Chang. Do you want to give us an after action report, or is there another match that goes into this?
Oh, that's it.
There's
That
no.
was
There's
yeah.
no.
That's it. That is all.
It's a bit premature, but those are good. Those are very fast, great matches.
Oh yeah.
Real quick. I was really impressed by Fanta's lightweight. I saw that a little bit earlier. I caught the tail end of his fight against amerikat. I thought that was fancy maneuvering, but I was telling Hollow here that the turning advantage that you have on your AC there as a more defensively built lightweight, even if you are slower, you're able to keep him in front of you and prevent him from flanking your shield like we saw earlier with amerikat. What was your experience?
Yeah, so this matchup is a little bit intricate because obviously we're doing basically quote unquote mirrors, but then we also have slightly different AC. So mine's defensive, and then Fanta's is basically an ultralight, which is I would almost describe it as like full on offensive.
Hello?
Yo,
Hello, hey Fanta. We're just
Yeah.
talking about the build differences here and how that played into the fate of the match.
Yeah, I didn't like the... I had the speed advantage, so I had to play around what Cheng brought, because I didn't have F-stab or... I didn't have F-stab or, like, as good as energy as he had either. And I didn't have the range on the Mahone or AP lead, but that means I really had to play around the speed.
yeah.
At the last point, I was like, okay, I need to actually take the strategy seriously and try to go for the shotguns because they don't cost energy. And I could get a stagger, but I just started losing
Yeah,
the fight. That Mahone was like putting in a lot of work too. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah,
space
would
it
you
out,
jump
and it was
across?
just constantly chipping me.
and it was
I need to know, is this a 2 power 1 accuracy Hall
yes.
Mahan?
It's 2-1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That explains it even more.
Yeah. It's because so the issue I've been having is like even if you have full power Mahone, when you think about the energy drain that it has, and also, you know, its accuracy is technically not the highest, right? Even if you get the hit, it's not been that great. So 2-1 has been sort of a nice alternative because it's like, you know, even against heavyweights, the 1376 doesn't really help out a lot. Like if you have nothing else, that's great. So it's been sort of a compromise. Now, I do have a question for you, Fanta.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you didn't use Tokonatsu? Is it just weight?
Oh, Mr. DMs,
When you-
I was saying this to
when-
be on Toko.
When you hit 380 on an AC or like 384, 385, and you have Toko and you're hitting like 390 or 400, like the 385 Shinatsu lightweight is just going to be, it's going to feel faster to deal with. It's just going to feel more sustainable, and you can
More
keep the
consistent,
speed.
yeah.
And you have, yeah, so like I can just be really fast constantly, whereas Toko, it would have to be, I would have to basically go all in on like one really good rush to outspeed you. And then
Yeah.
it just takes a million years to get energy back.
Well,
And then I can't be as twitchy either on
Yeah.
Toko.
That's true. And I think this is
And like there were times where I high boosted. Like I was just dodging left and right, and I think I like kind of negated the pulse gun a little bit. If I did that on Toko, I would have just ran out of energy or flew out.
That's
Or
true.
just some
And-
other thing.
One thing I want to point out is I think one of the advantages I had in this matchup is I'm used to fighting your Toko lightweights. And I'm
Yeah, and those are faster too.
Yeah.
Like,
And the other thing is like there was one specific movement you were doing in the game. So when you were on the crane, you would go to the side and then high boost forward. Now with the Tokonatsu, usually that's enough to catch me off guard, and that's actually what's kind of screwed me over the last few times I played is I'm not expecting you to cover that distance. But almost every time
Yeah.
you did it, I saw and it's like, okay, I can just go in and meet you there. Because by the time
exactly.
you reach the apex of the jump, I can get in and get my shot in. So, because if you had
Yeah.
Toko, I wouldn't have been able to do that.
This is also exactly like why I have chaff so much, because
Yeah.
like I could have tried to, like, the best strategy I had, and I was commentating on it too, and you saw me doing it, was like, I'm just gonna use the speed advantage and
Yep.
then verticality difference and just play the long game and just keep re-engaging and wiggling on the ground.
Yep.
And hopefully I get a stagger, and then I just try to
You
punish, but
you did get one
if
at
I
the
had
very
chaff,
start of
it
the
would have
first
been a
match.
lot better.
Yeah, you did actually
Now,
get
this
one
is
at
a
the
long
start of the
term
first
tournament.
match.
Fanta, I want to know why you didn't bring chaff.
It's because like I was expecting a lot more. I was expecting like different types of ACs, and like having the subcomputer
Yeah.
plus the speed would just let me do stuff a lot better, because sometimes the lock time is really bad, especially against other sub shotgunners. But like the chaff is just too good for just not needing to wiggle constantly. I could just push straight forward until you press it, and then shoot, and then back off.
Yep.
I could do it like 8 times instead of I have to wiggle each time or be perfectly like on time to the next position.
Yep.
But it's still good though. Like that, I felt the sub advantages in that fight still. Just
Yeah.
being able to instantly lock.
I did see that too, because mine is using Seigh just for any missiles. So it's like there was the scenarios where we're facing each other, and I don't know if you noticed this, I actually had to back off several times because you were pushing in, and my concern is by the time you got in, you had a lock, but I didn't, so I would have been screwed.
Yeah. The backing off was good too, because I had to keep pushing into the Mahoan. Like the Mahoan would still reach even when you were fucking far away.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing is that your regen, like when we were on the towers, I was like, okay, I hope he doesn't try to re-engage, but he's probably going to. And like those Dakusai legs are like 1k drain. I think the door legs are like 680 or something. And then I'm using the Disso head too, and you have the H11, so that's just the extra like drain on top.
Is an interesting choice here, Cheng. I wanted to ask you about that. And also, what was the dynamic for both of you? You're both pushing into shotguns, and both of you are really weak to stagger and being stunned.
Yes, I mean the key, the first sort of thing is try not to play on the edge unless you absolutely have to, because I mentioned this a little bit ago, but at the very start of the first match, Fanta actually staggered me almost immediately when I was above him. So
you both staggered each other in like the first minute.
Oh, so he got staggered too. Okay, so that would explain why I didn't.
It was hard to
countered.
tell sometimes, because like when I'm looking all the way up and I'm moving fast, it's like I don't know if you're. It's like I couldn't even tell if I staggered you, because I would fire when you're like already like about to leave my screen in like 2 frames or something.
Yep.
And then having to look all the way back down and you're already back in glide, I'm like, okay, maybe I should just like change levels or something.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Sash, what was your other question?
Yeah, about the Procni here.
Yes.
That seemed like it was also decisive. I was telling Hollow, I haven't seen a Procni lightweight.
Oh, you had Procni.
Yes, and that's sort of my thing.
Yeah, that played a huge part.
Yeah, so I've been using procs since like 5, because that was what my Tolimas used. And for me, what I was thinking is, what I was noticing when I was doing some of the duels with other people, and this is like way back, is that it felt like I'm sitting too long when it comes to using any of the high capacity. So I'm running into scenarios where if I screw up a rush, I've got to wait like, 20, 30 seconds to get that fully recovered, even most of the way. So this was meant to sort of balance that out. Now, the obvious disadvantage is I've got no defenses. Like, it's got nothing except for, I think, high-speed missiles. It's the only thing it can really buff out. So, this is basically my compromise to the design to make something that works for me, because this is the one I use in teams as well. So that means that I don't have the weakness of having high output. I have ability to use more energy. But as a sort of key thing here, and why I have this one, is that I can outpace other ACs if they're using high capacities. So at the very start of the match, you won't notice it. But as the match goes on, you'll start to feel more and more pressure as you get into those scenarios where, you're bottoming out your gen.
I also have an AC with Prochny, and it's like the same idea. It's like, okay, if somebody else is on high cap, I can outpace them. Mine has Toko though, and it's on the Snowden legs, but
I would argue
it's a huge advantage in these fights when you could do it. I think the Shinatsu, when you're on like a really energy efficient AC, is going to be crazy. Like just Proch with energy efficiency is really good.
It is
in a lot of different fights. You can't go for super deep glides, though. That's the only thing. I don't know if Cheng feels this way, but if I were to fight like a tank, which I really thought they were going to be like tanks or like auto cannons or something, a lot more.
I was fully expecting like other builds. I was not expecting
if that was there, then 319 would have been tough, because I wouldn't be able to go all the way out into the border, like empty area, and then have a long like fight and then go back. It would have to be like little bursts, like every time. Or something like that.
even on proc, can be difficult at times, and that was actually why I was having so much difficulty the first match. Is I was getting in, but I didn't have subs. So basically, my window of opportunity is still the same, but I've got less energy to work with. So sometimes I would get to Seigh, but then just as I get to him, I basically bottom out. So, and that's where I had to make the adaptation after that game, where basically I spent on the approach, instead of trying to stay in combat mode to get that lock sooner, I just stayed in scan mode and waited till I got the flank to get the hit.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Also,
I
guys,
I think the KE shield also kind of fucked me over, but I'd
It
rather
did.
have that than
Well-
I'd rather have that in case I fight a sniper or autocannon than
And
the TE shield.
the other thing too is if we had switched brackets, our choices probably would have been like a little harder for us. Like against Cat's quad, I'm a lot slower, so I don't know if I've been able to flank that. And then you would have had to fight double Mahoan with Cinnamonlyn, which is like a nightmare.
So when I saw the stream, I was like, thank God I got the
shit.
quad, because I'm used to like fighting those single shot like slower ACs with this, and it's like made to close in and like hard flank people too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was a bit of that was interesting. I didn't even like fully consider that until now.
Well, regardless,
Good
I
stuff.
think it was a really good showing, especially that third match you had where Fanta pulled ahead of
Okay,
the
so I
AP
think
lead
we're
and
done
still had his
here.
KE shield up.
Any last minute questions, I guess, before we all disperse?
I mean, didn't like Sash want to say something?
Oh, Sash, say something.
Oh,
Say
sorry,
something.
I'll say something. I think I was talking over you or whatever.
Ah.
I was gonna say I still thought it was a very good showing because Fanta in that third match with you, Cheng, he managed to claw away AP lead and he still had his KE shield up.
Yes.
And I thought that I thought that was a very confident position that he could have won the game in and kept it going.
Yeah, so that was actually what I was worried about throughout the entirety of the match, is that he would push in first and then basically get me in the scramble. Because, obviously we're both lightweights, but he's an ultralight. So if he's able to get within that range and basically stay there, he can basically screw me up. Like, obviously it's a little bit harder because the speed difference between our two ACs is less than, let's say if we fought a midweight or a heavyweight. But I think he just couldn't sustain it. So he got me in the scramble. He was able to get the AP lead, but then he wasn't able to close it out. And I think maybe if he had done pulse gun, shotgun, he could have done it. But again, you run into that issue of energy. So it's like he had to pick the scenario.
I was trying to go for stun lock too, because I was like, all right, this doesn't cost energy. He has a TE shield. I don't really need to use the pulse gun too much.
Yep.
And like I think I said it, but like the best strategy I could have had was either I really lock in on my tracking and like continue the stun lock somehow, or I just create that vertical difference, survive his glide rush, get a stagger or get some chip damage, and then just keep resetting until hopefully something else happens.
Yep.
But it's a tough fight. Those were good matches.
Oh yeah, and I think
it was really hard to like try and get the flank on you or like just escape on the tower because like you were just ahead.
Yeah, and let's be honest, like in the tournaments, even when you think of the tournaments of the past, right? How many times do you see essentially the mirror matchup with shotgun and lightweights? It's pretty uncommon nowadays.
That's usually what I don't like want whenever I bring a build. Like I don't want to have that, especially with these, because these fights are like having like kitchen knives, like trying to fight somebody.
Yep.
Like, it's just so fast with how bad it could get.
I think the only time I've seen similar was back when it was Helmasa and Switchback in similar setups. But I think Hella swapped to a Shasta and TE stacked it so he wouldn't get in the hand.
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
I think it was maybe that was either quarter or semifinals of the TEM1 or TEM2.
I was gonna bring a mid with really high TE defense too. Like we had like 1500 or something, and it had a Valdosta too, so there would have been pretty good.
Yep.
Oh, I did want to ask you about that. Is your ultralight is using a frame that blocks Valdosta? Why is your core this choice? This is the Matador or whatever. It
there's
cut activity, does it?
There's when you bring Daka Side legs, you don't have a lot of load cap to work with, and like I could go in the garage right now, but like the short answer is like that's what I had to put to get away with what I needed, like defense and wise and everything else. Because
Yeah,
like
that
I
makes
think
sense.
that's the core that
Yeah.
lets me hit Valdosta. Because every other lighter core is gonna make me bring like lower firing stability arms, or I lose AP or some other thing. But like
Right.
that one's just the one that works.
Well, thank you both. Great showing. I think we can disperse here at Hollow's request.
Yeah,
That
good
was a
games.
great
Good
tournament.
tournament.
Actually.
GG's. Fun.
An amazing final match. Thank you guys for showing up.
course.
Hopefully
No
next
problem.
month there'll be another. The Verdict Games 7. If someone else wants to like host, someone else wants to make their own rule set, feel free to message me and say you want to make one yourself. I'll happily support it. Maybe even join it. So good night, guys.
All right, 99.
Till then.
Good games.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
GG's.